What's going on, guys and gals? Stock Jock here. Finished the morning up $680, and I actually finished the day up $907. But all my wins from the first hour of trading came from one trade. I was up about $200, and then I gave it all back, and then one trade with GBR got me nice and green for the first hour. But let's get into the trades real quick and go over them. So my first trade was NXTD. This one was a morning gapper. It had gapped up, and I was watching it out of the open. Out of the opens, it started selling off. And a lot of times when a stock sells off, I'll wait for the first candle that breaks the high of the previous candle. So you kind of see here, right in the middle of the screen, we have three candles after, the 930 candle, the 931 candle, and we're inside the 932 candle. And this is the candle that looks like it's going to break that 9:31 a.m. candle right behind it. Just looks like a fish hook. It's like curling up, and a lot of times you can get a small pop off of that move. And so I just jumped in when I thought it looked like it was about to go candle over candle, and you can kind of see the volume coming in. I do get in a little early. I get in around 313 on this one, but it paid off. It did get that little bit of a pop. Sometimes you'll get lucky and this thing will just rip and go crazy and go high a day. I didn't think the news on this stock was all that amazing to have it go nutso. So I was just looking to scalp it and take my wins and move on.
Is one of 10 countries in Latin America to expand service.
I'm long at 312, looking for red to green move on this.
1190 Foxtrot India, November Lima. Susquehanna giving the stock an upgrade today from a neutral to a positive. That's Foxtrot India, November Lima.
And I'm out at 320. So my next trade is MOSY. This one hits my low float high of day scanner. It's a name I'm familiar with, so it's in my trader Rolodex that I played it before. I know kind of how it can act. This one I try to get in as soon as it hits the scanners. I know other chat rooms are going to jump into it as well. I get a bad entry. I'm trying to get in below $2 for the break of that whole dollar. Just was a little late getting into it, so I got filled. And the reason why I sold when I did is because you'll see it'll pop over 2, and then it just kind of hovers there between 2 and 204. It just kind of hovers there, and then finally get that little bit of a pulse up to 207, 208 area, but it just really doesn't break out. It just kind of hovers there, and the longer a stock kind of hovers in an area after it's popped up, longs will start get frustrated and they'll start selling and getting out. So I was actually looking to sell this, and I was going to be okay with a small loss on it, but I got one little bit of a pop to get out, and I made about 2 or 3 cents on this trade. MOSY hitting the scanners. I'm long at 203. Chat room's jumping in it now. I'm out MOSY 205. My next trade was NXTD. This one was a 1-minute play that I had been watching. It was an ascending triangle. You can kind of see here the past 7 or 6 minutes here. There was a level that it kept testing. It was 304. It kept testing this 304 level and dropping back down, testing 304, dropping back down. And I thought that if 304 broke, it'd give a small pop, potentially up to the VWAP. And what I had the right intentions to try to get in as 304 was breaking, but if you watch closely, I misclick and I don't hit my buy button. And it was until the move had already happened that I realized that I didn't click it, and I re-click and I get a fill that I didn't really want, which was at 306. So as the stock is moving and I get a chance to get out break even, I do, just because it wasn't the entry that I wanted, and I just wanted out of the trade at that point. It's just having a hard time holding that $3 level. Feels like it wants to try it though, like maybe it'll pop to the VWAP. We'll see. 304 is, I think, the level. Alright, I'm at 306. I misclicked. I tried to get at 302. Stop loss will be 296.
U.S. Appeals Court in New York says Title VII prohibits discrimination on basis of sexual orientation as discrimination because of sex.
Alright, I'm out break even. I didn't like my entry. I literally misclicked. I hit half inch below my buy button. So just wanted to get out break even. My next trade was RRTS. This one, a large chat room jumped into this to trade. If you look at the daily chart, they were playing it for an oversold daily swing trade, and I just knew that this would probably attract buyers breaking over this $4 level. I knew that, like I said, it's a very large chat room bought into this. I knew they were going to create momentum with this, and I just bought and sold into that momentum. So this next play on PCG, this is a news play. It's breaking news. I waited a little bit to hear exactly kind of if it was good or bad news, and right when I heard third point stake, blah, 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 I jumped in. And when I jumped in, I got a bad fill. And it happens sometimes when you do these news plays. So I got a bad fill, and by a bad fill meaning I got filled near the top of the move. And you'll see that the price action kind of popped up and then it pulls back into the I get filled at 41.66 or 41.65, and you'll see the price action will jump up and it will kind of hover in the 41.60 areas, and then it drops down to the 41.50 range. So that's not a time for me to panic, because I think most of the time in these types of plays, you'll get a second move up into the same area, in this case into the 41.60s, and that's kind of what I was looking for. After I realized, okay, I'm kind of in at the top of this move, it's pulling back on me. As long as it doesn't go like all the way back to where it started, I would definitely stop out there. But as long as it only pulls back 10 cents or 15 cents on me, I'm expecting one more bounce, and it's on that bounce that I'll exit on. Doesn't matter if I lose 5 cents on it. Doesn't matter if I make 2 cents on it. Doesn't matter if I lose 10 cents on it. I'm getting out on that because I somehow got myself in at the top of this move. I need to exit, and this will give me a chance to exit. It just so happened it did bounce one more time on me to get a good exit, and I was happy to get out with 2-cent profit on that one.
PCG, Papa Charlie Golf. Hearing unconfirmed chatter in chat rooms that Third Point has acquired a large stake in PG&E. That's Papa Charlie Golf. Again, that unconfirmed chatter of a Third Point stake in PCG, Papa Charlie Golf. Shares of Pacific Gas and Electric popping to the high, 41.71 on volume. Again, on that unconfirmed chatter being circulated now in chat rooms that Third Point, Dan Loeb, has taken a stake in the company, Papa Charlie Golf.
So NXTD, this one, there's really nothing going on today, so I'm honestly forcing these trades. But it somehow worked its way up to the VWAP. It popped over the VWAP. And this one, I was kind of looking to buy the VWAP, buy the support level on this one, and to see if it would bounce off of that, which was around, I think, 310. And I was kind of hoping we'd get there one more time for me to buy. It didn't do that, so I saw a bunch of green, a bunch of people hitting the ask on the time and sale, so I just bought. And I got filled around 313. So it popped up, nice little pop, and I didn't sell into that. So I was kind of holding it, and I had a stop loss for the break of 310. There's a really big bid that you'll see show up, and I was telling myself, all right, if that goes, I'm going to get out. And it's like 50,000 shares, something like that, something big, and you'll see huge chunks get taken out of that wall, and I'm like, all right, looks like it's going to fall, and it doesn't end up falling, but I do sell. And I do take a loss on this one. Not a big one, but a very small loss, just because I thought it was going to fall and ended up holding. I want to see this 310 VWAP hold. I'm long at 313, stop loss 310. Out 312. I thought that 310 was going to break, but it held. So next trade was NXTD, and just looking at the chart here, I mean, there's nothing to write home about. It's grinding forward, and looking back on this is completely forced, but there was really nothing else going on. So, you know, the day trader in me got the best of me, and I over traded. So my thought process here was, okay, if 325 can break, that means we're going to get to 330 pretty quickly, and if we break 330, then we're definitely going to break high of the day, which was 334 at this time. So I'm only 9 cents away in my rationale. I'm like, okay, the stock can get 9 cents. Momentum's going to come in. This thing's going to. So I'm looking at the time of sales, and just people are smashing the asks. It's looking like it's about to rip. Right, we're grinding higher. So I just buy in, and I'm thinking to myself, all right, 325 breaks, we're going, and complete opposite happens. Big walls of sellers show up, it drops hard, and I end up taking. I'm up about $194 at this point, and this loss basically wipes all that out. I'm in at 325. Thought it was going to break, but it didn't. out 316. So my next trade is GBR. This is my redemption trade. This one hits the low float scanners in a couple of chat rooms, and I don't know honestly why it didn't hit my scanner, but I'm very, very, very familiar with this stock. It's in my trader Rolodex. I've played it many times in the past, and almost every single time it hits my scanners, I'm jumping into it, especially if I can get in early. If you look at the day chart here, from the open to now, it's only moved about 10 cents. So, you know, at the worst case scenario, I'm going to lose 10 cents if it went low a day for some reason. So it hits my scanner, or hits the day trade chat room scanners that I subscribe to. Like I said, I don't know why I didn't hit mine right away. I think it eventually does, but I saw it hit those, and I'm like, GBR, okay, here we go. And if you look at the daily chart on GBR on the bottom left-hand corner here, you can see that it pops. I mean, both those two pops there, that's on the daily chart, were close to whole dollar moves. So I know it can move, and especially if, you know, it's a 1 million share float, so it doesn't take much to move this thing. So anyway, hits the scanners, super familiar stock. That's why I end up taking 4,000 shares with this thing. So I jump in. It's the key to this one is just gotta get in early. Like I said, I'm willing to take the risk here to get in early. If no one else jumps in, I sell, I lose, you know, 3-4 cents. No big deal. But if I'm right and I got in early, then the potential is for a big gain, and that's what happens here. So we get a quick pop. I sell half my shares, and I exit the rest of my shares when it looks like the move is done, and it's just no longer going to go up. Because remember, if you look at the daily chart, every time it's had a big pop, it does sell off almost 100%. So you have to be aware of the history of how a stock has moved in the past, because more likely, you know, more times than not, it's going to do the same thing. I'm long GBR 163. Sold half 175. GBR trader Rolodex kind of play. It makes pops and drops every single time, and it always drops. So be careful on this. It's not a, if you can't get out, don't trade it today. If you're under 25,000. Melt the rest, 185. And that's how I ended the morning, on a positive note for the first hour. Finished up $680. So definitely a nice win there, and happy to end on that trade. So if you have any questions on my trading style, or just in you know, trading in general, there's no dumb question. You know, I've started a free Discord chat to help new traders. The link for that is in the description of this video if you're watching it on YouTube. I'm here to help, and there's a chat room full of people that are learning as well. That we've also got experienced traders calling out what they see throughout the day. I'm on mic, as well as a few of our other shot callers that we have, calling out the trades and their trade ideas and what they're seeing in the market. And again, we're there to help. You know, I started this whole chat because when I was a beginner trader, there was just no one around that was offering the advice I was looking for. So I'm here to help. You can find the link for that in the description down below. If you're interested in any of the subscription chat rooms that I subscribe to personally, or the news sources I use, those are also linked down in the description down below. All right, guys, I will see you in the next video.